the new addition to their offerings. It's called the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, or the PAPSS, allowing you to make quick and easy cross-border transactions. And in studio I have Linus Kumi, who's the head of corporate banking for GCB Bank Limited. Good morning.
You just called me Limited. I am PLC.
Oh, okay. So you are a publicly listed company. All
yes.
right. So it belongs to all of us.
All of us, including you.
Amazing. So you're head of corporate banking. Welcome, Linus. How are you?
Thank you very much,
Wonderful.
Bernard.
I also have Andrew Eduose, who's the head of transactional banking. Good morning.
Good morning, Ben.
Good to have you. How are you doing?
I'm good. And you?
As you can see, the fire has cooled down. I'm taking it easy now. Yvonne Enam Seshi is the trade sales manager. Good morning, Yvonne.
Good morning, Bernard.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
How is the bank doing?
The bank is doing
Bank
well.
is doing well?
Very well.
Very well.
Very
You sure?
well. Yes.
I see. Tell us more about the PAPSS and how the system came about, Linus.
Thanks, Bernard, for this opportunity. PAPSS, which is the Pan-African Payment Settlement and Settlement System, is a cross-border payment platform that allows us to do cross-border payments. I like to go into an example that will sit with our customers and our audience. You can imagine you are in Ghana and you are facilitating trade in Nigeria. What PAPSS does for us is that you'll be able to use your Citi to be able to make payments, and the receiver or the beneficiary in Nigeria receive that payment in Naira. Either two, we will have gone through 2, 3, 4 banks. I'm in Ghana and I'm dealing with somebody in Nigeria or Lagos, Abuja. I transfer through New York or through London if it was pounds, or Frankfurt if it was euro. Go to 3, 4 correspondent banks before it gets to the beneficiary. That adds cost.
So that was a SWIFT system.
That was a SWIFT system. SWIFT system is still relevant when it comes to international payments. But with African payments, cross-border payments, there's no need to travel all around various countries to be able to deliver a service that we can do within ourselves.
So PAPSS is our SWIFT.
PAPSS is taking charge of our payment sovereignty.
Payment sovereignty.
Payment sovereignty.
So it means that Cedi to Naira without going through dollar.
Without going through dollar.
That's amazing.
That's beautiful. That is what is going to make our SMEs be able to sit in Nelerugu or sit in a border town in Aflau and still be able to do business across the borders without having to move through London or Europe, without anybody having the courage to say, I'm switching off payments today.
I like that.
We will be able to trade amongst ourselves. All this I talk about after and AU discussions about trade. Without the payments, we cannot be able to achieve that.
Wonderful.
And what GCB is saying is that we've pioneered this, we've led the discussions across Africa, and we are positioning ourselves to be able to deliver that service for our customers and all those who want to be involved in this cross-border trade activities.
So let me come to Andrews. Andrew, which countries are we looking at? Where does PAPSS work?
Oh, thanks, Ben. And just as Linus has talked about all the benefits or the importance of PAPSS, we are excited about it. PAPSS just took off barely a year and a half ago in terms of transactions, and so far PAPSS is in 59 banks across 8 countries in Africa. In West Africa, took off in West Africa. It's in Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, Gambia, and now live in Djibouti, Kenya, and Zimbabwe. It will very soon be available in Rwanda, Zambia, Malawi, and Tunisia. So it's expanding fast. There's an intense conversation going on with the Francophones, and when we get the Francophones, we will get them blocked. So we are likely
come as a big group.
Yeah,
because the countries you mentioned are mostly Anglophone. Ghana, Gambia,
Anglophone.
Sierra Leone, Liberia. Guinea is Francophone, but they are on their own.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you mentioned Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Kenya. So a lot of English-speaking countries.
So sooner than later, we would have the Francophones join. And because we are surrounded by Francophone countries, it will enhance trading between them once that come about. The aim of PAPSS is to get across Africa in a couple of years, most countries across Africa in a couple of years, so that the whole essence of what this drive is about becomes clear and becomes
So for now, it's
achievable.
active in West Africa.
largely in West Africa.
Largely
East
West Africa.
Africa.
And east, so west and the eastern part.
You could
Not
say
really,
south with Zimbabwe part of it.
but not really central yet.
Yes.
But if you look at the trade flows, it's West Africa a lot, south and east as well.
Yeah.
But Linus was saying that it's GCB that has championed PAPSS. Is it GCB that?
So we
explain better, because PAPSS, I've heard PAPSS before.
Yes.
We have been at the forefront of this. The conversation around this have been ongoing for maybe 3 years, but transactions started actually in 2023, and we were the first bank to integrate and transact. We were the first to do a transaction.
But why is it taking you so long to come and tell us? Because some people have already spoken about PAPSS. So
yes,
I'm hearing. In fact, I've even read announcements on PAPSS today. So if you were the first to do it, why are you now the last to say it?
Oh, we have been.
Or you're waiting for the right opportunity.
You could say that.
You get my point. It should have been something you have said much earlier.
No, GCB is Ghana. GCB is a systemic bank, so we may not necessarily make the noise of handling it, but we champion the PAPSS agenda. Today, if you look at the entire flows that goes through the PAPSS system, GCB contributes close to 37% of that flows that go through the PAPSS system.
Wow.
We've worked in the background. We've ensured that, look, our customers are enjoying what PAPSS seeks to bring on board, and then we'll make the noise. The noise here is for Ghana to be on. It's no more of a competition, but to be able to have that control of our payment structure.
Is this something the customers and clients were demanding, or something that you, the banks, felt like, you know what, this SWIFT thing is too slow? So it's more demand side kind of thing or supply side? How do you see that?
No, so I'll give you an example. Prior to this, we have a lot of students from Nigeria in our university, etc.
Yes.
You know how they were getting monies? The people will put it in bags, travel across the border. If you're in Nigeria, you will have to go through Benin, you have to go through Togo. Anything at all can happen. So there was the need. Exactly. And the dollar situation in West Africa. So there was the need for us to be able to breach that gap. We, for example, GCB, we collect fees for most of the universities you have in Ghana, University of Ghana, Tech, etc.
So somebody lives in Lagos, he has to pay USK and UST,
exactly,
and maybe 5,000 cedis. He goes to his your bank,
he goes
pays in Naira,
and
then
UST receives it in
cedis.
Straight. There's no dollar business anywhere along the line, which is something that adds value to what the customers are seeking to do.
So I'm trying to understand. So does it mean that you don't need GCB to be in Nigeria?
No, not at all.
But once it's a bank that you work with,
a bank that is connected on the PAPSS system,
he pays in that bank. Exactly. It appears in GCB.
Yes.
In local currency.
In local currency.
Same day.
2 minutes.
Same day.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
120
But that's
seconds.
That's powerful. That means that you can actually do business in seconds now.
Yes.
Let me talk to Yvonne. Yvonne, so you've been sitting here quietly. So you also launched or refreshed your mobile app, right? Talk a bit about that and how that connects to all of this cross-border thing we're discussing.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Bernard. For us at GCB Bank, it's of paramount interest to us to ensure that our impact is felt beyond the four corners of our banking halls and our fiscal structures. And so I'm thrilled to announce to our cherished customers today that effective 1st August this year, PAPSS will be live on the mobile app. What does this mean to our customer? You're saying that we are putting PAPSS in your pocket. And so we're giving you the flexibility, we're giving you the power to choose when and where you want to perform your PAPSS transaction. It would also be interesting for our customers to know that our technologically advanced and award-winning mobile app guarantees swift, efficient, cost-effective, and secure transactions. This reaffirms our position as market leaders, as a bank that is at the forefront of technological advancement. And a bank and a bank that prioritizes the provision of superior service to our very, very esteemed customers across various touchpoints. So our message to our customers is very simple, that PAPSS is going to be live on our mobile app
on 1st August.
We are going to give them a very secure platform. Our platform will also ensure that transactions are processed expeditiously. And so, if we say we are a customer-centric bank, it is true in word and deed. And at this point, if you don't have an account with GCB Bank, I have no idea what you're waiting for. So it's actually the best time for you to have an account.
So walk me through the process. So two things. Walk me through the process of making a PAPSS transaction generally, and then talk to me about how, when I get the app, I can do it.
Okay.
So to break it down.
Okay. So the process is pretty straightforward because when our journey with PAPSS started, we worked collaboratively with them to ensure that customers are not inundated with a lot of steps. And so the flow is very, very simple. So I'll just take you through it. You fill a transaction form. If you opt to go to the branch, we'll give you a transaction form to fill.
Any of our 180 branches.
Exactly. So it's not like some branches are PAPSS and some are not. Every branch. So the one at the border at
Aplau.
Not even Aplau. The one at what do you call it? The north.
The north.
The very top.
Yes.
What's the name of the place?
Paga. Yes.
There's a GCB branch.
You notice a lot of transactions between the people in Paga and Burkina Faso.
Yeah, yes.
The last time I was here, I was telling you about how much we spend in importing tomatoes from that side.
And
over
$400
million. Can you imagine if this was channeled through the PAPSS system and Citi, it's being used for any other currency? The pressure on the dollar.
Yeah.
So back to Yvonne. So you fill the form, and then what do you do?
So you fill the transaction form. All we need from you is the customer's account number, how much you're sending, the purpose of the transaction, and your account details as well. But I'll be quick to point out that you cannot perform a transaction, a PAPSS transaction, if you don't have an account with GCB Bank.
All right.
And so the transaction will be effected. The debit instruction will be to your account, into the beneficiary account. Now, from the point that the official starts processing the transaction to the point where the beneficiary actually acknowledges receipt of funds, the entire process takes 120 seconds.
So
now,
2 minutes. Digital.
Yes.
Internet dependent.
Cloud based.
Yeah.
All right. So this is simple. But what about when the app gets I've assumed the first one. Now I have the app 1st August, 2nd August, and I want to pay for something in Gambia. Maybe I want to do law school because Makola is misbehaving. I want to go and do the law in Gambia. So I'm paying it there. I have the app. How do I do it?
Okay. So you just go to the payments log and you follow the on-screen procedure. The requirements is pretty, mimics what we have at the branch. And so the app will definitely require information pertaining to the counterparty's account number, the account name, and obviously the amount. The system, our app, has been enhanced to the point where it gives you the exchange rate, so the customer is informed even before they perform a transaction.
Because I was going to ask, if I'm paying 60,000 naira, how will I know how much in cedis I'm supposed to pay?
Immediately.
So I'll put the 60,000 naira then to tell me how much I'm supposed to in cedis.
Precisely.
Okay, cool. So it's an exchange rate matter.
Yes.
Or you put your CD
Which rate
there,
would they give me?
and it tells you
Is
how
that
much,
the
how
interbank
much
rate or
naira
which
you
rate
get.
would be there?
This is between African countries. So we have sort of an index that Afrexim Bank is helping all the banks across Africa to build.
I see.
This is all aimed at coming out with a dominant sort of currencies. Today we have about 42 different payment systems and currencies.
Payment
They are suffering too much.
Yeah.
It's not
This is
Complicated.
the revolution we've been asking for.
good. Okay. A few things, Yvonne. I don't. So you explain the point. So it gives me the current exchange rate,
Yes.
and then I basically follow the prompts.
So it gives you the exchange rate. Once you enter the account number, it will ask you to select the bank. You select the bank and you enter the
account
amount.
details.
Yes, the amount. Once, because you've entered the account details and you selected the bank, it asks the app will ask you to enter the amount, and you submit the transaction, and voila, that's it. Very, very simple, very straightforward.
Right.
A lot of work has also gone into it, so the entire interface is intuitive.
All right. Let's wrap up. I have a few questions for you. Let's talk about threats, security, fraudsters, and the rest of it. What have you put into the system to ensure that nobody defrauds me? I think that's your question.
And thanks again, Bernard. Very important. Transaction security is paramount to the bank. We don't take it lightly at all. We have established a security operations center, which is an office with IT professionals who are monitoring and protecting, preventing cyber threats. All online transactions are heavily scrutinized to ensure there are no threats and this takes care of PAPSS as well. And it's ISO certified. The center is ISO certified. Also, PAPSS itself is also a very secured platform.
Yeah.
Also abiding by the international standards. Also uses machine learning and all of that to ensure security. And PAPSS is also regulated by the central bank, endorsed by the central bank.
So no worry.
So no worry at all. And when you do a transaction on PAPSS, it's safe, it's secure, and you can rest assured that
Linus, tell me why SMEs should be excited about PAPSS, and then Yvonne will tell us how we can get in touch with you, all in 2 minutes.
Okay, so quickly, I think that this is a great platform. It gives you an ecosystem that you are able to deliver cross-border transactions. I just was sitting down and I was coining some of the benefits of it. I call it the raster. Okay, it gives reliability. It's very reliable. It's affordable for an SME. Every penny counts. If you have to reduce the cost of transacting business, it comes to your benefits. It provides the security that Andrew just described. So there's no fear of giving your money to a bus driver or putting your money in Ghana Must Go sack. If you click a button, you'll be able to transfer and trade with your counterparties. What this also adds to the benefits we have is traceability. These transactions can be traced from the minute before you leave the bank or before you say, hey, Jack, the beneficiary has received the funds, and therefore it can easily be traced. And above all, I think what GCB adds to the flavor is accessibility. We are everywhere where the SMEs are located. You can be able to connect with us and be able to effect your cross-border transactions.
Yvonne, tell us how we can reach you.
We have a fully equipped customer experience center armed with ample information to give you every detail pertaining to PAPSS. And so you can reach us on 0800 422 422. I take that again, 0800 422 422. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on 0202 422 422. Reach us on WhatsApp via 0202 422 422. Thank you.
One is powerful. Yvonne Enam Seshi, Trade Sales Manager. Andrew Edu Osei, Head of Transactional Banking, and Linus Kumi, Head of Corporate Banking, GCB Bank PLC.